Hello and welcome to Sahaja Yoga Going Deeper. Today's theme is Swadhistana and the liver.
And I ask to bring an ice pack, so it can be like this, or empty shampoo bottle you fill with water and put it in the fridge. So if you have one of these, so it would be good today. You can also take kitchen towel and put it around. I normally do it without. I will show you. I just put it here into the trousers in here. So we can have it today when we have the meditation for the liver. And we can start with raising our Kundalini and giving us a bandhan. And we put our attention inside. And we can take some deep breaths. And we forget everything that happened today in our lives, at work. And we just focus today, now, this moment, on us, on our spirit, on our meditation, that we become thoughtless aware. For those of you who want, you can put the ice pack on the right side, on the between Swadhisthana and Nabi. The liver is a little bit above, just under the breast on the right side. So there you can have the ice pack. And at the same time we can put the right hand on Mother Earth and we can listen to the Ganeshatva Shirsha. And for those who can, we can say it together.
शीर्ष
नमस्ते गणपते त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं ऋतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वमा अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चात्तात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरात्तात् अवदक्षिणात्तात् अवचोपात्तात् अवाधरात्तात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मया त्वं आनन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्मामय त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वां भूमिरापो नलो नीलो नभः त्वां चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वां गुणत्रयातीतः त्वां देहत्रयातीतः त्वां कालत्रयातीतः त्वां मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वां शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वां ब्रह्मास्त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वमिन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरो गणादि पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादि तदनन्तरः अनुस्वार षकार पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वारश्चान्त्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपम् नादसन्धानसहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निश्चिद्गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गरक्तपुष्पे सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवज्जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूत च सृष्टादो प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यः स योगी योगिनावरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्तेस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः।
And the Ganesha Tavashesha is not only helping for the Muladhara chakra, but one can also, for example, put the hand on the Swadhisthana, on the liver, and say the Ganesha Tavashesha. It helps also there, on each chakra. Because Sri Ganesha is on each chakra. So now we can put our attention on our liver, on the right side of the Swadhisthana and Nabi. For those who don't have ice pack, you can put the hand on the liver. And there are some mantras to cool down the liver and the right Swadhisthana. So we can say some of them. The Himalayas, the icy regions. Shri Himalaya.
Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Himalaya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
Pure attention. Shri Nirmala Chitta.
Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Chitta Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
Prophet Muhammad, who cleanses the liver. Shri Muhammad.
Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Muhammad Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha.
For those who feel the liver is now cooled down, you can take away the ice pack. For those of you who still want this, can have it. And just put it away when you feel your liver is cool. So we can now watch a very short video from Shri Mataji where she explains the liver and the Swadhistana.
See, sickness comes to you, as I told you, through our centers getting exhausted. As this is one center, all right, on the left side, left sympathetic, the right sympathetic. And they join together, this is the center now. So we are using the energy of the center that is limited for our purpose, anything. Supposing, I'll give an example of a very good example of one Swadhistana chakra. Is the center, in the second center, which looks after the aortic plexus in the medical terminology. But it's not complete, I mean, it's one of the parts. Now, the work of the Swadhistana chakra, according to Sahaja Yoga, which has worked, of course, wonders with this theory, that it gives energy for the replacement of the brain cells. Because we never think about it. We are using the brain all the time. We don't think how it is replaced. Even in the medical science, they don't think about it. So one of the works it has got, it moves here. And also it has to look after your liver, it has to look after your pancreas, it has to look after spleen, it has to look after your kidneys, it has to also look after the lower part of your large intestines. All right? Now, but all the time a person is thinking. These days everybody thinks too much and very futuristic. As a result, it cannot pay attention to all other things. So what happens? The first thing is affected is the liver. Now liver gets all the heat from the whole body and eliminates it. It's poison from the body, you can say, eliminates it into the blood circulation. It goes into the blood. Now when, you see, liver is not attended to or doesn't get sufficient energy, it starts working very hard. So it becomes overactive liver and this heat cannot be removed. So the heat starts rising upward and downwards. As a result, your the lungs are made of, as you know, they are made like a sponge. So it becomes coagulated and you develop asthma. We cure asthma through liver, curable. Then it descends down. When it descends down, it affects your kidneys. By that you get high blood pressure. Also, the another thing you get is constipation. Then your pancreas is neglected. When pancreas is neglected, you get diabetes. Only the people who are thinking, sitting, planning for future get diabetes, never a villager. In India, if we go to a village, they'll say, you have to put sugar as much that the spoon must stand at right angles. They take so much sugar. Nobody gets diabetes because they earn in the morning, nicely go home and sleep off. Here we think and think and think of the future. So the neglect of the pancreas gives you diabetes. Now we have many people who have cured of diabetes also. Then the third one is the worst, is the spleen. That the spleen is like a, we say rhythm, gives the rhythm. It's a speedometer in us. And supposing you are eating the food and suddenly you have to run, then you get a pain because it has to produce red blood corpuscles. But if you are always in an emergency in modern times as you are, first of all you read the newspaper, you are under shock. Because newspaper must shock you. So then another shock, then another shock. Then in the traffic you get a shock. So this poor spleen doesn't know how to behave in this crazy world. And it becomes very crazy and vulnerable. And with the slightest shock it can get blood cancer. I must tell you that we have cured really blood cancer patients. Absolutely cured, completely cured. without any medicine or anything. Absolutely cured. We have certificates and everything about them. And surprisingly, all of them were architects. This is one. Then another thing, as I told you, it affects the kidneys and it affects also the lower intestines. So only one center, if you use it too much for one purpose, can give you all these troubles. And ultimately the heat might rise to your heart and you might have a massive heart attack. Especially if young people, if they are drinking too much, if they are playing tennis or of a very, any game which is like football or tennis, drinking too much and thinking too much, they might get a massive heart attack. And die very young, at a very young age, and it's absolutely fatal. If you get this attack at a young age, it's fatal. You cannot save them. The other way around, if you have inactive organs also, you can have inactive, also due to that also you get troubles. So when you treat somebody on its roots, it's very easy to solve the problem. See, supposing you have to treat a tree and you start treating all the leaves, it's very difficult. But if you can go to the roots, it's so easy, simple.
So now we can go with our attention to our center heart. We can put both our hands across on our center heart. Mother, I am completely protected from you. Thank you for your protection. I feel completely secure. And completely fearless. We can put down the left hand and put the right hand on our left heart, where our spirit is. Mother, I am the pure spirit. I am not this body. I am not these thoughts. I am not these feelings. I am not this intellect. I am the pure spirit. We can put our right hand on our center Vishuddhi. Mother, please make me the witness. And please make me part and parcel of the whole. Please make me detached, that I can watch my life like a play, that I don't get involved into my problems, that I only watch. We can put our right hand on our forehead, on the Agya. And here we say from our hearts, I forgive. I forgive everyone for everything. And I also forgive myself. I forgive everything. And at last we put our hand on our fontanelle bone, on our Sahasrara, on top of our head. And we can massage a little bit clockwise. Mother, thank you for giving me my realization. Mother, thank you for giving me thoughtless awareness. Mother, thank you for giving me peace in my heart. Can lift our right hand a little bit above our head and just watch if we can feel the cool breeze. Can move our hand a little bit to the left and right. Can put down our hand on the lap. We try to have our attention on our Sahasrara, or a little bit above. Now we can sing the 3 Sahasrara mantras. And with our attention on the Sahasrara, we can sit a little while in silence. And if there still thoughts are coming, then we just watch them. We can also tell them, not now, not this thought, not this thought. Or we just can also say, I forgive, I forgive.
Jai Shri Mataji. And now we'll watch a video. It's part of the series it's called also Going Deeper. It's made by a yogini from Canada called Gita. And we have seen some of the previous episodes, but this one is called Be Nice to Your Liver. Let's have the video.
For everything we do, no matter what, running a marathon, playing music, doing very important work, or just making meatballs, we need focus and attention for all those activities. If the attention is weak, things might not work out the way we are hoping for. Yes, the result might even make someone unhappy. Your boss, for example. So, it's better to keep your attention alert and sharp. But how can I do this? It is so difficult, you might say. Well, here are 4 simple tips that will help you. Tip number 1. Don't drink alcohol. Yeah, okay. Not really a thing in the Sahaja world anyway. So it's a yes. Check. Tip number 2. Stay away from deep-fried food. Oh, good. You don't go to fast food places and you only air fry? Yes. Check. Tip number 3. Stop thinking. Ha-ha! Got you there, huh? Not so easy. Well, that would be a no then. But let me go deeper with that. Normally, when you sit down to meditate and you are supposed not to think, it might go like this. Oh, I really have to do the laundry. I'm out of milk. I need to go to the grocery store before they close. Oh, that cute bunny I saw earlier. There, a text. Who might have sent it? Janet could really use a wardrobe update. I should skip lunch today. Need to lose 2 pounds by Saturday. What the heck is the time? Yeah, pretty exhausting, isn't it? Let's do a little exercise. Put your attention on this flower. Now, shift your attention to, let's say, the Statue of Liberty. Now back to the flower. See how easy it is to shift your attention, and with a little bit of effort and practice, you can not only control it, but you will also be able to eliminate all the other mind clutter. Let's move on. I promised you 4 tips, so here is tip number 4. Be nice to your liver. Yes, I did say liver. The liver is not only the hardest working organ in our physical body, it also plays a vital part in our spirituality. The liver is actually the seat of our attention. If the liver has a problem, the attention has one, and this will affect our meditation and prevent us from going deeper. When we drink alcohol, eat greasy food, or think too much, we heat up our liver and make it work even harder. And as if the liver doesn't have to do enough already. Jeez. It cleans our blood, produces bile, stores energy, makes cholesterol, supports blood clotting, breaks down fat, and does about 497 other important jobs. The liver is so very special that evolution has ensured it can regenerate and even regrow rapidly. But it can only do that if it's reasonably healthy. So please, don't make this super organ work too hard. If you have the occasional French fries, the liver might be able to forgive you. But if you constantly dive into fast food and don't control your attention, it's going to be a difficult road with your meditations. But if it makes you feel better, know that you are not alone. There are yogis who go through the same trouble. Let's hear it from them.
So I'm working with the disabled people. I am physiotherapist. I have a lot to plan all the time. You know, my thought is running all the time. You know, then I heard about the ice pack, and today I cannot live without ice pack. I have ice pack in the work, and I have ice pack in my home. Actually, and I use it 2-3 times on the day. And actually, I use every time I have a big meeting, 5 or 10 minutes before the meeting. And what is do with me? My focus is going to be much better, and I'm calm down in my body, and I feel I am in the present. I am not worried. My thought is in the present, and I feel happiness. I feel I cannot describe with more word, but I am more calm, absolutely.
You get really busy, you get a hot liver. And a lot of times I find if I get a hot liver, I'll develop a headache. And that's when I use an ice pack. Ice pack is my go-to liver treatment. Maybe 5-10 minutes, whatever it takes. But after that ice pack, usually my headache is gone. And I remind myself to slow it down.
Usually I have a hot liver. It's definitely not the coldest. And I'm using simple techniques to cool it down. First of all, the best thing that helps me is to do foot soaking. Means I place my feet in ice cold water with salt. Usually I tell my kids I use fresh squeezed ice cubes. So that's the cold level I use, salt. And the important thing for me is that I don't put the feet in there for 10 minutes, but sometimes even after 30 seconds, I can feel around the toes it's getting warm. I need to switch it. And sometimes I do several foot soaks, one after the other. Then what also helps me is to avoid any fast food. It helps me a lot because if I eat fast food, I really notice that I'm getting overexcited and my liver really feels like, do something. Now, the final thing that helps me is I use like a long shawl or something, put it around my waist and put on the right-hand side directly on my liver an ice pack. And then I put that for about 10 minutes on my liver and I can really feel like with the melting of the ice, you can hear it cracking. I can feel the thoughts coming down like, okay, silence.
There you have it. Hot liver trouble is not unusual in the Sahaja world, which comes from overactivity. But you can also have cold liver trouble. A person with a cold liver has generally a few pounds too much and can have high cholesterol, allergies, or even eczema. The liver is enlarged and lethargic, which can sometimes make a person lethargic as well. If this is the case, your job is to contract the liver. This can be done by eating more protein like chickpeas, lentils, etc., and cutting down on carbs. Work on your left Swadhistana and Nabi chakra with a candle. It also helps to put a warm water bottle on the left side of your stomach. A hot liver is the opposite. It contracts, becomes smaller in size, and may create problems like frequent colds, ill-temper, tension, acidity, nausea, and anger. A hot liver needs to be enlarged, and a good tip is to use an ice pack on the upper right portion of your abdomen, as recommended by the yogis you just heard. Boiled white rice is very cooling for the liver, also yogurt and chilled watermelons. Use cane sugar instead of white one and become friends with ginger because the liver loves ginger. In both cases, eat your greens either raw or steamed and take a break from butter, cream and cheese for a while, as well as oily food in general. Work on your Nabi and Swadhisthana chakras. Try this for about 7 till 10 days and see if your meditation improves. I bet it does.
All you need is a napkin and an ice pack. Careful when you take it out of the freezer so your skin doesn't stick to it. Just wrap it with a napkin and place it on your liver. If you wonder why I'm such a cool guy, it's obvious, isn't it?
Now this second chakra is the chakra called as Swadhisthana chakra. You need not worry about the names. But is the center for action by which you think for the future, and this center looks after many other visceras, or you can say organs within us. It looks after your liver. All attention is looked after by this center. Liver, then it looks after your pancreas, your spleen, your kidneys, and uterus in the women. The most important function of this center is to manifest the aortic plexus in the growth and to convert the fat cells of the stomach to replace the fat cells of the brain. Because after all, the fat cells of the brain are to be replaced, because you think and go mad with thinking. You think so much that as if 2 horns are coming out of your thinking. You may say the other day that, Mother, mind is very important because the mind is the problem. Don't you know that this mind is limited? This rationality is limited. You have to go to unlimited. When I had to come to this hall, we had to leave the car outside. This mind can go up to a point, and if you try to go beyond that, then you really go crazy. We don't bring the cars inside. In the same way, this mind cannot take you to the unlimited. It's a limited thing. You have to go beyond the mind. This center is doing this work of supplying the fat cells, and when you think too much, all other visceras or all other organs are not looked after or neglected, by which the person who thinks too much, who lives in the future, who plans too much, also then drinks in addition to that, supposing, and in addition to that He does other things like drug taking in the stomach and eats lots of fat food and all that. So he really finishes that poor liver. And that liver is the one that sorts out all your poisons in the body, all kinds of poison. But this liver gets out of order and you don't feel it, only the heat starts accumulating. You feel always nauseating and you feel so unhappy. You don't want to face the present. You want to run away. You feel extremely horrid. You don't know what to do with yourself. All that comes from a bad liver.
Attention, now we have a cartoon.
It's called cartoon.
Attention, now we have a cartoon.
Pure attention is needed, pure attention is needed to stay in the light. Pure attention is needed, pure attention is needed to stop a ridiculous fight. To cool down with ice, our liver is nice. It brings us from right to the center. That a little ice pack brings us back on the track. It's a miracle that Mother has done.
Two yogis are sitting in meditation. One has an ice pack on the Swadhistana. And he says to the other yogi, I wonder. What are you wondering about? If the formula of water is H2O, then what is the formula of ice? H2O cubed.
Pure attention is needed, pure attention is needed to stay in the light. Pure attention is needed, pure attention is needed to stop a ridiculous fight.
Thank you for watching our video. Sri Mataji's words are the true source of our knowledge. We hope they have been communicated in the right context for our series on advanced Sahaja Yoga themes. Please subscribe so you can join us next time when we present a new topic. Jai Shri Mataji.
And now we will sit in meditation with some music. And it's a raga, especially for the Swadhistana chakra. So we can just put our attention in the Sasrara and we meditate with the music. And we can end today's meditation with lifting the Kundalini and taking Bandha.